Let's get into the game and see.
Yeah, that's perfectly timed.
I'm. It's like I do this, bro.
You're just that guy.
I know. I've been that guy. Thank you for finally catching up to everybody else.
Does everyone else know though? Really?
Yes, they do. I know they do.
Okay.
In my heart of hearts, they do.
Okay. Well, then I won't argue with that. I'll accept it.
You know what? That's fine. I do want to talk a little bit about just this Hecarim and Tom Ken's dynamic, because you've seen it pop up a lot more within just this week. And although the two picks complement each other, specifically Tom Ken's from saving people, I think with Oplon, the scale on their side I think is quite nice, especially if you factor in the all-in down for the Hecarim. And if Z-Core does not get punished, as he has been previously, then I think this could be Oplon's game.
Well, it's going to be tough. So the thing is, too, you have a really strong bot lane in this Thresh Aphelios, and the fact that the way Thresh is able to help and save this Aphelios, allow him to play more aggressive because of that Dark Passage, is going to make it harder to punish. And I think something we saw yesterday was really good. Z-Core's ability to be able to avoid some of these ganks. Actually, both Z-Core and Absolute were doing a really good job of just kind of dodging ganks, making sure they don't give away their lives in the earlier parts of the game. I think that's going to be a big deal here if they can get to the laning phase.
Yeah, this is an interesting start by Darlic, I want to say. He comes to the lane very late, so he'll definitely be a fair bit behind on XP. I think he lost about almost the full wave there as well. And up against a GP early on, Sion does take a little bit to scale up, right? He is very, very tanky, especially once he gets just a tad better resistance on him. But his mana cost is so high, you have to ultimately lean on your auto attacks to try to clear these waves. And I guess a GP, if you step closer, that true damage, that passive, and the Q procs from the grasp will definitely hurt you a lot as he gets pushed in.
We have Kareem, who's going for, looks like a 4-camp play, potentially. After he finishes this red buff, he could go top, he could actually go for the invade, because he's likely expecting Brunas to go for that full clear, just bottom to top, and catch him when he is on his Gromp/blue buff. The thing that's impactful too is because, you know, on Hecarim you go Ghost instead of Flash. Kareem manages to trap Brunas with a good pillar. He might be able to actually get a solo here, as you already see him moving into the river.
He's saying he is slowly moving himself up there as Darlic continues to get pushed to the tower. Looking towards the bot lane as well. And Juve is smiling, you know, slow pushing here. No real early trades, and against Aphelios Thresh, you definitely don't want to do that. Just as I say that though, and Juve takes a ton of damage. That's the ignite. Wow. He has to back away from this, and will likely have to back too, considering how much damage he took. But Smiley, equally trading back against Z-Core, staying around just for the bait almost.
The ward's coming through. He's going to allow Vizicachi to go ahead and recall without any actual concern. He's probably going to TP back to lane with the Sheen. And we talk about that bot lane too. I mean, Smiley, early on, Varus is definitely one of those strong champions in lane as well. So that's why you're seeing this push come through, especially with this combination, as Kareem wasn't able to actually find a whole lot. Instead, he's going to get his Krug stolen by Brunas, who ends up finding that angle there to be able to take it.
They land a second hook on Enjue, right? But he's a Tom Kench, he should be fine, although he's a bit squishy earlier, but should be able to heal back up with most of his great health. I did want it to be noted that Smiley has HOB. Not lethal tempo.
Yeah, that's normal. It's one of the keystones people take on Varus. It's because you are able to get a good amount of damage off in lane, and it will be. It kind of is one of his most popular keystones, I find, just because of the fact that it allows you to be more flexible as well. Like, think about it. You go lethal tempo, then you decide you want to go lethality. That's kind of weird, right?
Yeah, which is what I was assuming, that, you know, he might try to pivot, right? Because I was thinking maybe we'd see the return of lethality bars from this.
Maybe.
But, like you said, that's all up to discretion. As Brunas was rare enough as a fast pony to go to the lane. Absolute does get spotted. The pillar not up yet for Cream KT. Takes a nice little chunk, but
big hook.
Unfortunately, Cream KT gets hooked back, like you said. Has to pop the heal, but Enjwave is finally dead. And we'll see the results of that from as it comes back to us for a couple of seconds. We'll just tell you what's going on in just a little bit.
Yeah, that Infernum gun is so strong it popped our stream. It's just Z-Core. He's too good. What are we supposed to do? We're fixing it. I hear game sounds. We're about to head our way back in. First blood for Z-Core is really nice. It's a good read from Brunez to be able to understand, hey, Kareem is probably looking for a play on this bottom side of the map, so they end up catching him out, and after a nice hook from Absolute.
Indeed. And that's the flash, like you said, popped from Kareem KT, but a Ninja Wave as well. They lose a lot of sums off of that. And meanwhile, on the other end, everybody keeps theirs. Everybody on Oplon, starting off hot. But this is what Oplon are known for, right?
Right.
They usually have early game leads, and from them getting those early game leads, that means that they can immediately use that to transition towards small mid-game power spikes. But it's about just the transition past that, which has been their biggest struggle. And yesterday, they couldn't even get the early game lead either.
No, that's the thing too. Some of their losses where they can't even get that going for them here. And
Yeah.
again, I've talked about it on the few times I've been on the desk.
For sure.
Talked about it on cast. The thing I always worry about with Oplon is how they find early game leads, but their inability to translate them comes from this kind of lack of ability to make something happen. We talk about the top teams in the league, not afraid to make fights happen, not afraid to push their advantages or look for team fights. Oplon are the opposite. They usually don't look for much of anything. It sometimes looks like they just are hesitant, unsure about what they want to be doing. And I think that's what's been hurting them most in their mid to late game.
And we actually pointed this out in the game against Solary as well. When they went against Mirage, right? It was just about the hesitation they were feeling. Both teams continued at the exact same state of the map for almost 11 minutes.
True.
And if you're up against any of the team, if you are Solary, then you will definitely get punished for that. As of Oplon, consistently the double chain on Ronaldo.
Wow.
But Peng, having already used the ultimate, he can't capitalize on that, go for the dive, and Ignite is up, but I know he's feeling it.
I mean, the pressure is good enough. You get to push in this next wave.
For sure.
Ronaldo has to go ahead, and I think he's taking honey fruit or something. Point is, he's out of lane at the moment here, losing out on a bit of minions. Yeah, he will take the honey fruit. So you are able to get this wave, and of course, being that push and roam champ. Oh, hold on.
Oh, that was a really nice play. There's the fear, the knockback onto Smiley, and he's most definitely dead. This should be the easy cleanup as well onto Ninja Wave. He hasn't popped the shield yet. The gray health is ticking down, but he actually gets away from this. There we go. There's the shield, but he was saving the Moonlight Vigil for that. Z-Core getting both kills.
Yeah, big deal here. Already the tier 2 boots finished. Now Z-Core gets a nice chunk of gold into his pocket and the chance to pick up some turret plates as well. Really big play there from Absolute. Flashing with the Dark Passage to get Brunez into the fight. And this is kind of what we were expecting too. Taking advantage of the fact that you have that level 6 Hecarim. Ninja doesn't have the Devour yet. I think it's an excellent play coming through from Oplon. The problem we have is still the same though. Being able to translate them is what we want to look for. But I think, honestly, we got to give Oplon a lot of credit this game. They have been doing a good job of avoiding these ganks from Kareem, either from Brunez reading them or for some good vision from the laners of Oplon to be able to, oh, nice try, buddy. I see you there.
And especially with this Aphelios Thresh bot lane, right? It's just so strong. I'm surprised they even got that. And with the Lantern being the ultimate accelerant of what Oplon is able to do, we were saying in draft that as long as Z-Core gets ahead on the Aphelios, that he can be a massive threat into GamersOrigin's composition. That's something that not even Chachi might be able to carry through. But he's still GP. I was surprised he actually didn't use the Cannon Barrage because he used the top lane, right? So he can defend against that dive either. Unfortunate.
A little bit. Actually, it might have been on cooldown because it's currently on cooldown at the moment.
Yeah.
So, but overall, I think this has been going pretty well for Oplon. Yeah, you're right. Z-Core is going to be a big damage threat later on. And we think about Oplon's ability to all in here and team fight. That is what's going to make it hard for Vizichachi to be able to have that impact into this game here. But we'll see, because there's other factors on GamersOrigin. Ronaldo still on... Actually, hold that thought.
There's no blast cone here. He gets the flash away. Yeah, Chachi's gone, and the pillar will not... the pillar will not lock him down either. But good punish for Kareem KT to just move up, save his top laner. But Oplon getting very confident. I like this a lot here, Beatdown.
It's good, and this is what I mean. Again, like, you can't count out people like Ronaldo just yet, or Vizichachi, Smiley. There's a lot of damage and a lot of ways for them to be able to fight out in this game, especially because of the way I talked about zone control and how good they are. This comp will be at controlling space, especially when you think about things like the pillar, chains of corruption, etc. GamersOrigin can get to these objectives first, have that set up so that Oplon have to walk into them. You are going to be able to probably get a lot of value here as they have to walk into Fog. But if they even have a slight chance of being on even footing, Oplon should have a good chance in these fights simply because of the fact that you just have so much all-in potential, the simplest front-to-back comp. that I've seen so far here in the LFL. This is Oplon's chance. I'm gonna say it.
You know what?
I said it.
I hope you
I'm not
curse it.
sorry.
Yeah. Watch it. Ladies and gentlemen, Beatdown Boulevard, at exactly 10 minutes in the game, he said this is Oplon's chance. Now, if they get this, he's a messiah. If they lose, it's his fault.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take responsibility for that. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, he's praying on their downfall, man.
I didn't say that. I'm not praying for anybody's downfall, but I think this is their chance. Oplon 1K up. Feels pretty good, man. Brunez is hanging around in lane. Actually, kind of wisely. I think he's spotted out by that ward regardless.
Yeah,
he isn't going to be
was.
able to find very much of anything. But now with Kareem joining in the area, maybe he can actually defend this dive that it looks like they might be setting up for.
Setup for now is, we talked a lot about this with Oplon. A lot of the times they're not able to advance the vision line forward to have any good vision setups and find flanks for the teams, but for now they're doing a pretty decent job of it. They have the lanes covered and their own jungle as well. A little bit right inside, you know, GamersOrigins too. For now, simply just a standstill between both these teams.
And at standstill it is, as things have really slowed back down. I mean, Oplon still good amount of kills into their pocket, and Peng has been doing a good job in this matchup of continuously keeping Ronaldo under his tower, not letting him have that impact that he may want to have outside of the laning phase. But again, he's someone to watch once we get out of the laning phase in a couple more minutes here. And the fact that Oplon haven't smashed this early game yet could pose a problem, just for the way GamersOrigin will be able to team fight later on. So far, Ronaldo is in trouble.
Nice hook to grab at some lands, Ronaldo. Just about a fourth of his health taken away, but like you said, he's fine. He has some pots on him, so should be able to rejuvenate easily.
Yeah, now with Dragon coming up in less than 2 minutes, that's probably what Oplon are looking to play towards here. Kareem still has that Rift Herald, so dropping it on the bottom lane probably makes the most sense at this point because of the fact that you do want Smiling to be able to get some of that extra gold. He is up in CS and has been for quite some time, and we actually saw that indicator just there means the Herald is expiring very, very soon. So Kareem basically has to drop that right now just so he doesn't end up losing it out. But look who's also here on the bottom side of the map. It's Brunez.
Oh.
So if things get a little bit mixy, he is here to turn things around.
Indeed, but I don't think they should. The charge should just come out. There we go. But that is the Cannon Barrage.
Wow.
Absolute chunk to under half. But they will decide not to dive it. A good call by them.
And you can see it. Those piercing arrows already hurt so much.
Very much.
So the pressure is there. The turret plates come through, but yeah, no dive coming through, as you say. That would have been ludicrous from GamersOrigin. So Kareem is just going to go back. And it's just crazy how tough it's been for him to have an impact this game. He definitely, among other junglers in the league, is on the lower end of kill participation with his team.
Yep.
But the thing we do usually see is at the very least he's able to offer a lot of pressure for some of the ganks that he's been able to look for. But so far this game, not a single thing has been going his way. Oplon have been actually doing a pretty solid job shutting him down in these early minutes.
Yeah, like you mentioned before, the amount of tracking that we have on him. I guess in Trundle is a pretty, although healthy, but not a super fast clear, right? Compared to the Hacker, especially Brunez always used to have the first move. He seems to always be matching where Kareem KT ends up, and from there, no proactive plays can be had. A very, very different look from what we saw at Geo yesterday, where there were nothing if but proactive, honestly, when they faced against Carmine. I was gonna say it. You know what hurts more? A piercing arrow, a fully stacked one, mind you, from Smiley, from Varus. Let's say lethality, he has dust plate, or when she leaves you on red. I know. It's deep. It's there.
It's there. Brunez is also there. He's got to go.
Yeah. Brunez is there. Now he's gone.
He's
Ronaldo's
certainly
also
gone.
Oh
my God.
Whoa, the fancy FEMA Ronaldo. And he managed to pick up the kill and the dragon from GamersOrigin. All right, he hard committed, but worth.
Yeah, you get the kill. Your team already gets the dragon. Darlic, I want to say he's in some trouble, but realistically, Sion, he's already getting really tanky.
They're not even going for it. They just want
the now tower. They want him.
Yeah, there you go, and that's the flash as well. That was even the subjugate pop from Cream KT. The low resistances. As Zcor gets some soul turret gold, but he is still at Velios with a Thresh by his side. Will not be much.
That's right. They're not going to go for it. They know he's just going to get the Dark Passage and get out. You know how it goes. That's Thresh Aphelios things. But the kills, some of the CS and everything that GamersOrigin, including Towers, have been able to get for themselves and even out the gold. So they're in a spot where things are, they're not from behind anymore. And you can see it, Oplon, how important it is for them to be able to get those first moves on objectives. When they can't, well, Brunez ends up getting chased out and taken down anyway. And it means that the second Rift Herald isn't something to play for, since Brunez still has camps on the bottom side of the map to play for. And he's only just now pathing towards the top side, where Kareem's already there. You have the bot lane there, still putting up this pressure with the top wave, keeping it pushed in.
As natural as we'll see the same sort of efforts on the bot side as well for both these laners. As we'll likely see, Smiley just stay top side for quite some time. He is spotted on vision, and I wonder if we'll see Brunez actually go top side to potentially just take a slash shot if anything. But he lures back into the bush, just looking to crash the wave if anything. But Cream KT was there. As Peng gets blue buff. But Rift Herald is up for the taking, and we see Cream KT looking first.
Yeah, Peng, of course, doing a little reconnaissance with the distortion. It's very easy for him to get back out as a result.
Yep.
And again, Oplon, they do want to play for this Rift Herald, but it's going to be hard for them to do it at this point. Now, the fact that they can clear up vision is good, and Peng being able to push out this mid wave is also good. The thing is, though, Zcor not really in a position to help them if a fight starts in these couple of seconds, and the fact that he's showing on this wave should give an inkling to GamersOrigin that they can start moving into the river here, as Kareem is doing exactly that.
So far, they're just acknowledging each other's presence. Tip of the hat to you, sir, and hi diddly ho to you as well, Marina.
Good day.
But I don't think they mean that though. It's one of the passive aggressive, how good day to you and to you, sir. As Cream KT says exactly
good
that.
Good day.
And Wave pops in to say and to you, sir, as well. Brunez will have to walk out of this as airfield priority given over to GO. Peng just looking around. On this side looking for a flank. Maybe he can burst down Smiley. He is by himself, and that is the immediate save by Wave as they'll walk away from the rift.
Yeah, not even taking any chances there. Immediately going to pop that Devour. You can see Vizichachi as well didn't even have to do anything. He helped from across the map with that cannon barrage while he's continuing to just side lane so effectively. So juiced. Up 40 CS, gets that turret gold from the tier 2.
Yep.
An extra 600 in his pocket there. That recall he's going to go for is going to be something insane when it comes to the purchase. So even though they walk away and let Brunez and the rest of Oplon get this Herald, it feels like the damage is done. GamersOrigin, excuse me, are a good amount ahead now. And you can see how willing they are to pull the trigger in a lot of these situations. Wave gets these good angles to be able to set up for the knockups. And if Brunez isn't there to immediately fear the backline or try and go for some of these dives, they're going to get walked down by GamersOrigin.
I'm surprised Vizichachi didn't build Hullbreaker, considering how often he's splitting. It's not as though it's a bad item.
I don't think it's good on GP.
I think it's okay, but yeah, but it's just about, it's more so just a splitting option, right? And you know what? I think they're darling. Color me shocked.
That's a little more surprising, I won't lie.
Yeah, because this was the strat. Hullbreaker Scion was what people whispered in corners when the item came out. See, though he still wants to just be tanky as possible.
You know what it is?
What's up?
He's probably going for the armor just because of the fact that, Akali isn't, even with all the health you have, Akali's not going to really kill you. And that's the main source of magic damage here. So you just want to go to armor because the rest of the team here on GamersOrigin.
And then you build Anathemas.
You actually could.
Yeah.
You don't need, I don't think you need to build Anathemas for Akali. You could build it for Smiley. You would make him hate himself.
You know what? I think that'd be really funny.
Yeah.
Where just the ADC is just like poke, 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 and just nothing happens at all.
Yeah.
Chachi might be dead here.
Nah, he's fine.
I mean, he is up against Darlic. He just wants to focus on the turret. Yeah, there we did. The ult is up. And no wave coming in. As to clear that away, got the mid lane though. Peng. That's a change.
That's a
big.
good angle.
Oh, to the big fear. But look at Smiley on the backside. He's untouched. Now Peng goes in for the assassinate, but they find Zcor for the trade. And within a matter of seconds, Oplon get a 1 for 3.
Really going to need to start thinking about grievous wounds here because that healing from the subjugate and the resistances you steal, Kareem just doesn't go down, and he's able to take so much pressure, ends up soloing Z-Core in the 1v1, just 80 carry things, means that that fight was never going to go your way. And it's crazy how little involvement Vizichachi needs in these fights, just because he can either pop the cannon barrage or GamersOrigin's 4v4 is so strong it just does not matter.
It is fantastic, like you're saying. And even with Brunas going in, right, we were talking a lot about this front to back that he can play. I wouldn't even say that's a front to back, it's more of a side to side with how the fight went out. But Z-Core, unfortunately, getting caught right at the beginning, you know, by Korean KT, that pillar, far too good. Position just a little bit off. So him being gone means all that gold and all the prowess they had is ultimately taken away as we look at the gold here, speaking of which. Vizichachi, fairly ahead.
Wow, I really did not realize that it was all on him. Like, this entire gold lead is just there for the gangplank, and it just shows how strong that he is at the moment. Yeah. And a lot of it is from like some of the kills he's gotten, the assists, and the fact that he's just been farming out of his freaking mind since the laning phase ended, picking up so much turret gold. So he's going to be a problem when GamersOrigin actually decide, okay, it's time to actually 5v5.
And the same engage happens, the same pillar goes down, but this time the fight looks a little bit different as Z-Core is not caught out initially.
Yep.
Subjugate still pop or Korean KT, but for now, Z-Core will stay alive.
Yeah, Z-Core not being, I think the timing was just a little off there. You see the angle and you want to go for it, but Z-Core wasn't there initially to get any damage down, pop the Moonlight Vigil or anything like that. And you commit a lot of teamfight tools as a result of it, for nothing. Oplon now have to be very, very careful because they don't have the Hecarim ultimate. You don't have that unstoppable onslaught either. You have to respect that and back off of these turrets. Allow GamersOrigin to continue to pressure. Oh my god, no way.
Yep, he just gets the C, goes back in, one more auto. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bang. The Chachi carry fully revitalized. Full surprise, nobody, not this guy.
Chat's probably having a field day as well. Spamming Chachi carry. He's been having such a great game here on this gangplank. And you know what? Being able to solo the jungler while he's on the other side of the map, you know what that means? It's Baron time for GamersOrigin.
Alright, you know what you say? It's Baron time, Baron o'clock, the Baron hour, the power hour.
The Baron power, yeah, I was gonna say that.
Baron power hour is the pause for Ronaldo. Watch more of these kills. Peng really distorts in, distorts out. Enjoy still has a lot of health, but absolutely being the next target. He'll lure them away. Darlic waiting, nice stopwatch by Ronaldo so he doesn't get knocked up, but let's look at Peng on the backside. The assassinate onto anybody, cannot find it. But they re-engage, a big knock-up onto 3, and that was massive! A knock-up onto 1 more, but they still can't kill anybody. In fact, it's Darlic who dies.
That is unreal. The biggest tank in the game is the one who ends up losing all his HP, while Oplon actually found a really good engage here, but you can see it, the damage from Vizichachi, from Smiley is just too great. Z-Core isn't enough in these skirmishes, and Peng seeming like he's struggling to find these angles to be able to assassinate anybody here. This whole time, if you look at these team fights, Smiley has rarely been under any duress, whereas that's not always true with Z-Core.
No, sir. Yeah, like you mentioned, in the previous fight, Z-Core got caught out, and I believe in both of these fights as well. He was a little bit farther back, right? Just simply not able to find his place. Does get the Moonlight Vigil right at the end, though, but not enough damage still to burst him down. Vizichachi now puffing his chest topside. Wave is mirroring him. I believe they spotted this. Brunas goes in on the Smiley. Cream KT does a bunch of damage, pops the subjugate. And there's the cannon barrage to disengage.
Oh my god, he went in?
And like you said, Wave made a bit of a communication error.
Yeah, as he does. A little oopsie, as I like to call it. And it was not ideal, thinking maybe they had an angle for GamersOrigin to re-engage, but they really did not. Kareem barely got out with his life, had to flash, so did Smiley, and that's actually going to be the opportunity for Oplon. They're just going to go ahead and try to take this Baron thing as TPs are coming through.
Ooh. Big crit onto Absolute, but Cannon Barrage is down. If they catch Z-Core here, it's all but over. Ronaldo knows exactly that. They find Absolute, Peng, but they manage to get Ronaldo. Peng finds the kill. That Vizichachi's also in. Brunas finds another kill in the backline on Darlic. Is next in trouble. The Moonlight Vigil missed. It's so unfortunate, but the Blighted Arrow does not. Smiley picks up his counterpart. Chachi carry revitalized Darlic. trying to punch him down, but sir, you're punching above your belt. As that's the Baron call from GamersOrigin.
It's going to be easy for them to take it down. GamersOrigin end up in what was a mixy team fight for a little bit. Oplon just could not finish it off, and that means easy Baron power play here for GamersOrigin. All but Ronaldo should be able to get it. We're going to get the replay. Vizichachi, of course, was just top lane, so he is sitting on a pink ward that his fellow teammate was TPing towards. And at this point, we see how much damage Chachi's able to do, how much space he creates, allowing Ronaldo to get in there. And even though he does fall, it doesn't matter, because look at Smiley's HP. Look at Smiley's HP.
Yep.
Okay, he lost a little bit of health, but look at Smiley's HP. And nobody is actually able to pressure this guy.
You know what? I want to call a cap on the hitbox.
Yeah, I didn't really like that either, but, you know, I've been hit by worse, so I don't feel too bad.
Cheryl, honestly.
Probably by Varus Qs too.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But hitboxes aside, one thing that is definitely getting hit on is this next tower by all these minions. Double cannon wave as Chachi continues his lead.
Oh my,
he is yet again.
He's the whole lead.
My God, man. You know, when people say Chachi carry, like, I believe it, like, he's so good. But truly, this game is where we see that truly come to fruition.
Oh, the pillar!
Oh, the pillar stops it, but look at Pang. He's going on to Chachi. Gets a nice chunk, but will not be able to go in as the entire team is there. Still on the flank, though.
True, that's one team fight all gone. Ronaldo is bottom lane right now. So GamersOrigin avoiding that play is a big deal. And they have minions baroned up, coming for this base. And you can see it well synced. Bot wave under threat. Mid lane under threat, as it's two inhibitors that are potentially going to go down.
Oplon under threat as Ronaldo is feeling spicy. Does no damage to Darlic, but it doesn't matter. He lets them know, hey, I'm here. Everybody calm down there. All right, back on up. But nothing else will happen, as this should be the next tower also broken open. And forces out the flash from Darlic as well. But it might be more than a flash to get away. Darlic chunked down to half of his health. The inhibitor looking to go down too. And that's the double inhib play from GamersOrigin off of the Baron.
They're going to go ahead and make an easy walk over to the Dragon. Secure soul point for themselves here as GamersOrigin firmly in control of our last match of the day here. They're going to take their prize, 2 inhibs, that red buff, and their 3rd Dragon of the game here. Oplon, again, strong early game, seeming like they just continue to fall apart.
Yep, like you said, soul point for them now. So they can just continue to extend that lead. I believe that's the total damage chart here, actually.
Yeah, it is. Oh my God!
I was gonna say, just look at that real quick, man.
I don't want to. I'm covering it. That's not safe for work, bro.
No, it's
you
not.
Can't put that on stream. That's crazy. It's too much. It's not
So
okay.
I just wants full build, by the way. Like,
yeah, he is. He's just gonna go GA last, I guess, with that stopwatch. It's gonna be hard because now, even if you do get on top of him, he's gonna be able to buy some time for himself.
Indeed. Baron already expired, but it doesn't really matter. Geo don't care about it. They want to triple inhib Oplon. They want to stop them in their own base. They want to remove any sense of hope that Oplon may have of getting their first win. But this is only the start. They have another wave coming in, but it's quite a ways away. And they have to be careful not to overstep.
Feels like anything being on the map for Oplon is overstepping. You got these super minions coming mid, these super minions coming bot. Pang's doing his best. Actually, he's gonna kill Ronaldo.
No, he's not. No, yes, he's. Oh, okay. I was about to say he's literally 1 health, but instead they'll find a trade and they notice, oh, hey, look, Pang's over there. Flash of Ignite got from him too. They cannot move into the base. Although Cream KT takes a ton of tower shots from this, so he's decently low. Does not have subjugate from that either, and they will triple inhib Oplon. GamersOrigin now.
Brunez is looking. This is their
chance. Brunez goes in. They find one. Vizichachi is dead. They might have overstayed, but I don't think it matters as the minions are in the base. They're simply escorting themselves in, but even to get this, Oplon can do nothing more.
Still, that's a lot of gold taken away. That is the fat shutdown given over to Zcor here. Unfortunately, there isn't going to be anything they get to do with that. Yeah. But maybe allowing this AD carry to get more gold in his pocket is something Oplon could be really happy about. It's tough though, because you're still down 9K. You now have double supers coming in every lane. So at this point, GamersOrigin still have this opportunity to, I was going to say wait until they're a full 5, but they don't even want to do that.
They don't need to. If they find Peng, I mean, they won't kill him, but it'll at least be
I mean, you say
distortion
that.
out.
Oh, okay, he does get out.
I know that would be double hard.
Yeah, do you?
Yeah.
Just like you knew Ronaldo would have died?
Yes, I knew that as well, but sometimes I have gaps in my vision as Karam KT has gaps in his, as he has to flash over the wall. But Darlic now, being focused on, takes a bunch of damage.
Oh my
should
God.
definitely die. The attack speed from Smiley, man, is so gross. And then at the top laner, no tank did it. Peng as well. We'll heal it back up, but have no more super minions than Peng.
Okay.
Kills
that's a big deal.
Ronaldo again. A really nice pick. Yet again, the same 1-for-1. But last time this happened, they still lost a bunch of their base.
It's tough. Those waves are really starting to come in. Bot, mid, and top. This is going to be the last play.
Brunus goes in, pops the onslaught of shadows. Nobody's feared, nobody's scared, and nobody cares. That's one tower down. There's the second. GamersOrigin. They did sweat for it a little bit. They took a couple too many kills, but we'll see. No way, maybe. They defend the base, the inhibitor. There's a lot of minions, a double kill from Z-Core. Brunus is firing away. Vizichachi lost enough to live. You'll definitely die. It's a double kill for Z-Core, but look at all the minions. They have to clear the wave. That's an ace for Oplon as they make the base defense somehow, some way.
I'm getting these flashbacks. Somehow Oplon with so many supers in the base managed to hold on just a little bit longer, but it feels like they are delaying the inevitable. At this point, Vizichachi could just TP in right now. Look at Brunez, he's losing all his health trying to tank up the super minions. I'm pretty sure Ronaldo, they could just double TP.
Dude, look at all the waves coming in, man.
Oh my God, dude.
It's so disgusting because, like, Baron is up. If literally just one person comes in with the Baron up wave, this dies, like, immediately.
Yeah.
It's a half health, but somehow, with the grace of a god, they have assembled themselves a little bit. One inhibitor has come back up. The second should be here soon too. But like I said, Baron is here.
It's gonna be easy to take too. No TPs available, only Darlic really has it. I don't really see much of an ability to Baron steal for a Scion,
nope.
Especially with all these waves coming in. Yet the only saving grace, you have inhibs respawning. Only one left that is broken is the top one.
Yep.
Should come back in about a minute or two. But realistically, you're still very powerful on GamersOrigin's side. Oplon though, they want to hold on and turn this one around. It is going to be on Peng. Even though we saw Z-Core with the triple at the end, that assassination from Peng, being able to just remove Ronaldo from the picture, that's the difference maker. You can remove Ronaldo or Smiley without trading his life. Oplon can find a way back.
I was going to say there was one word in Oplon's base where either Vizichachi or Ronaldo would have been able to TP to maybe the double TP, but doesn't really matter to clear it out. But they're just so far ahead, they're so strong, they can just literally run into the base without a care in the world, and Oplon can't stop them.
I don't think they can. Again, it's really going to be on Peng to be able to try and find that miracle pick, but you can see it. Smiley is under a lot of cover.
Yep.
It's going to be hard to get that assassination off, so you might have to look towards Ronaldo yet again. Brunez has that onslaught of shadows. A lot, actually, in terms of CC available for Oplon's side. We're getting really close. It's now or never.
Peng wants to look for an angle onto Smiley or Ronaldo. Has been able to assassinate them previously. But as of right now, since Geo have no wave, mid-wave is pushed back. They are forced to delay the inevitable. They are forced to delay the push into the base. And they're forced to delay them eventually beating Oplon.
Stop. And I mean, going GamersOrigin, they're playing this one really well. They are not over pushing here. They're just going to very slowly, one at a time, take the remaining inhibitors. Here we go.
Yeah, there you go. Brunez is in, hasn't popped the ultimate as of yet, but the Fierce comes down. He has to run away. There you go. He dies, but to get Enjoy off the back of it. Now looking at Absolute, doesn't land the hook. But with
still here.
1-for-1, like you're saying, like you said, Peng goes in. Vizichachi might be the next target.
Ronaldo
gets his revenge and flashes away. The Ignite will not kill him. That is huge, and these death timers are very long. But GamersOrigin take a bunch of damage. Vizichachi heals back up with some vitamin C. They still have enough numbers to do this, but the TP,
oh my God,
execution, Ronaldo! And he gets punished for that. We're in a very obvious spot, but Geo They want to end this. They have a ton of attack speed, but Z-Core is still alive. They have to be wary of that. So instead, they will suffice for the triple inhib take yet again.
Again, they're just going to have to walk away from this one. They have to be very, very careful. We're getting to the point where spawn timers are extremely low. Or high. Okay, I thought they were going to fight. I freaked out for a second. But yeah, spawn timers, extremely high now. We're at the 35, 36-minute mark. So GamersOrigin backing off with the triple inhib take will allow them to continue on with their control in this game. But it's hard. You can see it. Oplon keep finding these ways back into it. It's going to be the difference maker here. If Peng can continue getting this damage off, because you can see it every other time, it's so hard for them to get on top of people like Smiley. The Devour ends up coming in so clutch here for GamersOrigin.
Interesting. Absolutely fantastic for the side of Geo. But, I mean, Beats on, if I'm being realistic, right? They are, although they're not 10k gold ahead, right? It's not the point of no return. But if Darlic dies here, this might be it. Oh,
really nice.
Beautiful pillar setup yet again. And he is most definitely dead. As they raise the white flag again, the passive will do not much at all. As they do have Cloud Soul, they are pretty fast. And they're now looking to finally walk this wave into the base. They have 2 waves pushing in. There's a lot of vision around Oplon's base, so they will not get flanked, but they also will not be able to do much at all from this. Because Shachi has to flash away, push in the cannon barrage, but they have to be wary of the entire team walking in.
They're just going to try and auto the Nexus at this point. I think they have the ability to do so.
Yeah, they're doing exactly that. Kitty starts it up, but they want to kill Brunez first. Instead, so they'll turn their attention towards one of his shots. Yep, finally. It was delayed the inevitable. They finally get it. Look at that. Oplon